your issues, and then or the severity of your issues, as well as the return on investment for their solutions. And so as the solutions get mapped out here in their different quadrants, you're going to look to implement the solutions that are in quadrant 1 first, because they're the most severe, but also have the highest return on investment, if that makes sense. So essentially you're doing the same thing, but you're not really worrying about numbers and spreadsheets. You're kind of making it more collaborative and more fun by creating your own little hierarchy here. The positives with this method of doing it visually versus doing the spreadsheet is that it does create a more collaborative environment. And having a more collaborative environment amongst those on your team kind of helps to create buy-in from the team. So the team feels, they typically feel more, they feel stronger about implementing these solutions because they kind of came up with them as a full team versus the spreadsheet, which can be done either as a team or as a part of a team. So maybe only the designer and the product manager came up with that with some input from a developer. But this kind of allows everyone on the team to kind of be more involved, and you can kind of figure it out yourselves. The downside to that is that you are relying on a visual accuracy rather than actual calculations like you had in the spreadsheet. So it's more visual. It's more of like, what do you think versus like having numbers to show you which issues are more severe and which issues have a higher or which solutions have a higher return on investment. So does this chart make sense for both our issues and solutions? Unfortunately, this is the visual part is not what you're going to be doing for your assignment tonight. But, you know, this is just another way that you guys can look at issues and solutions more visually.
So in the workplace, do they usually use that visual?
You'll see both depending on the companies.
It's wordy and it's easier to get the point across, no?
Right. It's like this method is much more agile, and it kind of promotes design, like thinking, like higher design thinking, as well as it's like you said, it's quick. It's more, it takes less time to come up with ideas this way. Doesn't involve math. And so for some people that aren't really good at math and feel like the table can be a little more confusing trying to come up with those things. And the table's a little bit more tedious than actually just, you know, slapping sticky notes on a whiteboard or something and, you know, figuring out which issues are more severe and coming up with different solutions for them. And like I said, it's more fun to do it this way. You'll see both used in the workplace, but yeah, like I said, it just depends on the team. For me, I'm more of a visual person, so I would lean more towards the whiteboard because I like to kind of be more collaborative with my teams. So I like to get input from everyone, and just being able to move those sticky notes around as we discuss the issues and the solutions. I just think it you know, brings about a great culture amongst the team. Any other questions about this? All right, so we can put this method into practice if you guys want. And what we'll do, I'll break you back into your groups. So you'll go back to your Amazon example, and then you'll actually create an issue matrix and a solution matrix using virtual sticky notes. So you can use whichever program you prefer. You can use InVision Freehand or Stickies.io or any other program that you prefer to kind of create this. But yeah, see what you guys can come up with as far as laying out your issues on one matrix. So having the 4 different quadrants here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for your issues based on their impact and their frequency. And then come up with a solution matrix based on the effectiveness of your solutions and your complexity of your solutions. And having that mapped out in a quadrant 2 to see which ones have a higher return on investment. I'll post that screenshot as well of the 2 different charts so that you can see them too. All right, let's see if I can get these breakout rooms correct again.
Are they still showing in the chat, or we can?
Yeah, I think they're already set. I think I can just break you back out into them. So that's kind of cool.
I